right, 4 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. When I was a kid, my dad took all of us kids upstate New York, and we went to an air show. And it was so cool. I had a movie camera back in those days, believe it or not, a little tiny movie camera. And I was able to take movies. It was the best thing I ever took movies of, was airplanes flying. And some of them came so close, right? You ever go to one of those shows before?
I have. They're wonderful.
Sun and Fun International Fly-In and Expo is happening on Tuesday, April 2nd through Sunday, April 7th at the Lakeland Linder International Airport. This is this year's event, of course. It's at 3900 Don Emerson Drive in Lakeland. And on the phone is the Director in Marketing for the Sun and Fun Fly-In and Expo, Carol Cali. Good morning, Carol. It's an honor to have you on our show. How you doing?
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Are you a pilot?
No, I can't say I am. My husband is. But I definitely have that fervor and passion for aviation.
Oh, my gosh. And so I've always thought I'd like to be one. I'm too old now to even give it a shot. But you know Dan Martone from here at the radio station, he had the bug bite him, and he followed through with it.
But you're never too old. Absolutely. And with all the different changes and regulations, you're never too old.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So tell me about some of the things. I can remember as a kid watching the show, but it seems like maybe as an older person, an older folk, Robert,
yes.
That maybe I missed a few things. Instead of just being amazed at the flying machines, there's some educational opportunities, right?
Oh, absolutely. And you are correct. We are a 45-year tradition that has just grown and grown over time. We are Florida's largest annual convention. A lot of folks don't know that. So over the 6-day event, we have 200,000 plus people that'll attend our Sun and Fun Fly-In. And you're right, the educational opportunities are endless, not only for the aviator, a pilot, an A&P mechanic, through our forums, workshops, all different kinds of seminars through EAA and AOPA, and the myriad of opportunities that you have to learn if you are a licensed or certified individual. But just even being an aviation enthusiast, you're able to participate in those venues as well. We also, to get from a fundraising standpoint, which the Fly-In is all about, we have all kinds of opportunity for youth to get excited, much like you described that magic moment that you had filming fly-ins when you were a child.
Yeah. We're
hoping that we get to incite that in our young people that attend as well. Plus, we have a number, probably close to 3,000 students from all surrounding counties that come through for field trips and such during the week, too. So there's all kinds of different types of activities for people of all ages throughout the 6 days.
When it's called a fly-in, that to me sounds like it means that some of the people who visit don't take cars to get there. They take their airplanes. Is that right?
Yes, it is. We aren't like your traditional 2-day air show where everyone comes, puts their chair down, and stares up at the sky for 2 days. No, we truly are a fly-in. So it is a general aviation aircraft event. So there's thousands of people that will fly in and out with their own airplanes throughout the week. There's home built and vintage and warbirds and you name it, it'll be here. We have a huge section of ultralights and light sports. We have helicopters. We've got all kinds of, if it flies, it comes. So we have all these individuals that do own their planes that will fly in. Yes, we do have military. We're honored, to have military jet team participation through the Blue Angels and the F-16 Viper demo team and entities such as that. But truly, it really is a general aviator's nirvana.
Do you know what? I don't know, and I probably wouldn't even understand the answer if I asked and somebody explained it to me, but how do the Blue Angels, and how do they fly with their wingtips so close?
Yeah.
How do they do that? And I
know. That's the amazing part. Through hours and thousands of hours of practice and training, obviously, right? Of course. But, yeah, you can see there between we're honored to have the Blue Angels this year. We've had Thunderbirds, in other years. And any of those teams, you're right. You can't see the precision, the expertise, the professionalism of those teams. You can see those shows many, many, many times, and you're just so proud, to know that those folks are a part of our military, and the precision of what they demonstrate throughout their show performance is unbelievable.
And I really love the fact that the entire airspace closes at noon just for the Blue Angels to arrive.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, they are important, of course, but also at the same time, there's opportunities for our aviators to come on in, and all the different notifications for them is all on our website of when the airfield is open and when it closes and all those kind of different things. Yes.
And you've got a really, really cool drone light show in the evening. I think evenings are very magical, too.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you say to someone, we're going to see, you get so excited to see someone like the Aeroshell team or some of the others that you may be familiar with from a daytime performance perspective, and you see them, you go, what? They strap pyrotechnics on their wingtips, or they do lights, or they do whatever. So yes, from that perspective, the aerobatics put to music at night is wonderful, and we are thrilled to have the Great Lakes Drone Company join us with over 60 drones.
Oh my gosh!
I know, 60. It's first time ever, largest drone show here in the state of Florida. So we are thrilled to have them as part of our Wednesday night and Saturday night air shows.
Does a drone pilot need to be trained in the same way that an actual pilot is trained? Does that person on the ground know as much about flying as the guy in the sky?
They have very similar type training, and yes, they are. They have to be licensed and certified. Yes.
Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to compare notes, if I could. In our world of audio production and things we do, the comment is often made, "Wow, it's amazing what you can do with computers." And I've been doing it for so long, and Robin's been doing it for so long, that sometimes it's almost an insult. Say, wait a minute, there's some skill there. And I'm thinking the same thing applies to you guys. That if somebody's standing there, a novice who doesn't know what he's looking at, says, "Oh, they do that with computers." Help me out with that. This is not true, right? I mean, you still have to have real skills, flying skills.
Yes, you do, and there really comes unmanned vehicle training. I mean, it's not just a simple thing, or else drones would be everywhere and Amazon would be delivering packages today, right? So, right. I mean, there is all those kind of aspects of it. It's not just if you're flying around your backyard, that's one thing. Another thing is flying around where there's masses of people in public areas. I mean, that's just night and day when it comes to that. And now complicated by doing a dance at night with 60.
That's amazing.
There takes a lot of coordination for doing that.
That is amazing.
You do something wonderful for the amateur photographers there, which is pretty outstanding.
As far as having our different areas where they can upgrade and have special viewing areas, or
for their preferred seating. So when you see events with all the major news networks, they all have a section on bleachers with their cameras and things, and you've been able to provide that for the amateur photographers as well.
Yes, we do, and that's a simple upgrade. For going towards our fundraising activities. But yes, that is a very popular area, as well as our preferred seating area for any of the folks that public that would like to upgrade their ticket as well. You don't have to bring in your chairs. We provide the chairs. We have some shade. We provide water and all that. So anyone can upgrade to the preferred seating, and those that, as you described, would be interested in doing it from a photography access standpoint. The view down on the Flightline Airshow Center is really pretty cool.
And since you are a 501c3, you're also able to provide educational opportunities at the Aerospace Center for Excellence.
Yes, the Sun and Fun Fly-In and Expo is our largest fundraising event. You're correct, for our Aerospace Center for Excellence. That's an all-encompassing program of various youth programs. We have certified teachers on staff. We do outreach programs. We do on-site programs throughout the year, touching over 400,000 students through the various counties here in the area, as well as funding and distributing over $445,000 in scholarships aviation related. So it's Little Lakeland, Florida is the world's leader in producing teenage private pilots. We have, in a very short period of time, have over 90, I think the number now is up to 92, 93 pilots that we have, teenage pilots. Some of them, they're flying and certified to fly before they can drive a car.
That's amazing.
I know, but our high school here that we have, which is in conjunction with the Polk County Public Schools, has multiple tracks that the students participate in. It's part of the academy structure through Polk County schools. So these students can pick unmanned vehicle, they can pick avionics, they can pick A&P mechanic, they can pick their license, private pilot's license track, and these students are being headhunted basically and recruited by major organizations from around the world. I mean, much like an athlete signs with a college or a particular team, these kids are getting recruited. I mean, because we have working in conjunction with all our different partners and local, national, and international, as far as making sure that these students are job ready or they are super trained. We have relationships with all kinds of universities where around, not only here locally like Polk State and Travis and Southeast University, University of South Florida, where they can be dual enrolled and start as second semester sophomores. Embry-Riddle is another. They also are being able to be transitioned right into, if they so choose, right into the Air Force, the Navy, whatever service arm they choose, or as well as some of these national companies that have such high demand for aerospace trained individuals. As we all know, our whole East Coast, with the resurgence of our space programs, the requirements for aerospace trained individuals is huge. So these students, they're not only addressing a gap in the job market, it's a fantastic opportunity for them. These scholarships and such really make it very much affordable for families that would probably never have had an opportunity for their children to excel in such a direction. So, it's a win-win for all entities here.
Carol, are you seeing more young ladies wanting to become pilots now than before? Or are we seeing a leveling out of the playing field, so to speak?
Oh, I think if anything, they're seeing more and more of themselves in not only in military type roles, but also commercial roles. They're seeing themselves on TV and those, and social media and all. They're seeing themselves. So I think that there is a growth in that area. Now, many of them, it's interesting enough, may choose to become a private pilot. Many choose to go down the engineering role. So they may have like dual roles. Yeah, they'll do the private pilot, but they also want to be an engineer, which I think is pretty incredible.
You've got the Red Baron, which is pretty amazing.
You do? The Red Baron?
The Red Baron for here in our museum you're talking about?
Yeah, you have him listed on your activities for the days, the Immortal Red Baron biplanes.
Yes, we have all kinds of different. It's really kind of interesting. There's all different age of aircraft, whether it be the vintage all the way up on through to today's modern aircraft. So yes, it's kind of interesting when you go walk around and you see the ones like you said, the Red Baron, a Stearman, or some of those that was from the early part of this century all the way to what's going on for tomorrow's technology.
So do you have like when we go to a car show, we see all age, like cars that are really old, cars that are brand new. Do the fly-in people, just the people who show up, do they put their airplanes on display?
Many do, and we do have various areas, the ones that will fly in, kind of like what we talked about earlier. They will put their planes on displays, and they're kind of broken up by sections, the like for like kind of parked together. And many of them we have a whole program here for judging, much like car shows. You can submit your plane to be judged, and it's quite stringent, what these individuals have to go through. What a lot of people don't understand, and they enjoy so much about coming to Sun and Fun as compared to any other kind of traditional air show or fly-in, is not only do you get to walk among these planes, which is huge. I mean, you talk to people, we have a big contingent of international people that'll come in. They don't get to walk alongside planes and see them and talk to the owners and talk to the mechanics and all that. That's tremendous. So not only are you doing this with the individuals, right, that are flying their planes in, you're talking to also the ones that have, the Kavanaugh Flight Museum or Lewis Legends or the Stallion 51 kind of organizations, the Aeroshell team and all that. You can walk among those planes and talk to those owners. What makes you go out and buy a P-51? Well, you can. What makes you, as a a 50C3, like the D-Day Squadron is coming in. They have that big, huge event going out to reenact D-Day coming up here later this year. And so they're going to have a number of their aircraft here. We're going to have the Kavanaugh Flight Museum is going to be here doing a whole Vietnam-era flight reenactment of rescuing a downed pilot. There's going to be planes and helicopters, pyrotechnics, there's going to be gun runs, the whole bit going on of this reenactment that's going on. So like as you said, if you kind of lean in one direction, I personally love warbirds. Anything that's a big radial spits oil, I love it.
Really?
People like
Why?
They kind of go where they like, but there is those areas where you can just immerse yourselves. One day is not enough.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Carol. Where did the love for that particular type of plane happen for you?
I think probably it's just the history that goes along with it. I think I just like the sound of it, but I think it's more the stories and the history that goes along with that vintage type plane.
Yeah, that is true. My dad was a World War II, not a pilot, but he drove a tank, and and he never talked about it. He's gone now. So, but I remember toward the end of his life, there was a military display somewhere around here, and I went with him, and all of a sudden he opened up and told me things I never heard before. And when he saw the tank that similar to the one he actually drove in the war, oh my gosh, I learned more than I forgot most of it, I'm sure, but a lot of stuff I never heard before. And I'm guessing that same thing happens. In fact, I went to the Ocala airport. They had was it a B-17, Robin?
Yes.
And my father had some memories of the B-17, and we got to see that, and that also opened up a lot of, just memories for him. I'm guessing you get that all the time,
every
right?
day. As long as you walk around, and it's not even me in this role, I can tell you on a personal level that this is my second fly-in in this particular role, but really what it is I'm a 26-year volunteer. So I've been out here doing this for many, many years, and you just walk around and you listen, you hear those stories every day.
Really?
Every single day. And it's really pretty amazing. And that's what that's why we're, yes, it's great and wonderful, and it's so special, for those individuals that, are slightly older, like as you said, that can share those stories with their family members, the younger generations and that type thing. I think it's absolutely fabulous. But also at the same time, it's like, as you described earlier, it's giving that inspiration to the younger generation of, yes, there's a great history and what it took, for the ones ahead of them, but also what they can be excited about looking forward in this particular industry.
We learned about the Curtis Pitts Memorial Library and Education Center. Had no idea what a huge influence he was.
Oh, absolutely. We have here, which is really kind of a lot of folks don't realize, in our museum, our aerospace discovery at the Florida Air Museum here that we have the largest display of artifacts, personal mementos, and also all the aviation aspects of the Howard Hughes collection. A lot of folks don't know that we have that here.
Oh, really?
No.
It really is pretty cool. It really is cool.
Does the wooden plane that he had, what's it called again, the Spruce Goose?
Yes.
Is that right? Does that still exist?
You would ask me that question, wouldn't you?
I don't know. Where did I hear about that? Was it a movie or something? How do I even know that stuff? It just came to mind. So we don't know if that exists anymore, huh?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sure one of your callers is going to call in and tell you. One of your listeners, they're going to call in and tell you that specific answer. But we are, we're very, very pleased. We're looking forward to having a fantastic event, our website, our mobile app. There is all kinds of information out there for folks to take advantage of. I just would like to call out just to your listening audience, for Florida residents, we do have a buy Saturday, get Sunday free ticket option. Just bring your ID, when you come on Saturday, and enjoy 2 days.
Oh, that's
I got
a
to tell
great idea. Yeah.
1 day is not enough.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have all sorts of discounts. We were talking about, warbird planes and all that. We do have a military discount for active and retired, as well as your aviation community folks. They would know that there's various codes and such for them to take advantage of a discount also.
Will you be having any hot air balloon launches during the
Yes.
show?
Absolutely. But Saturday, I love Saturday. Saturday is our biggest day. It starts at dawn with our Hare and the Hound balloon launch, which is really pretty cool. Weather dependent, of course, right? But that usually is very, very beautiful to watch those balloons take off at sunrise. We'll have the air show that day, complete with the Blue Angels. And as I described earlier, the Kavanaugh Flight Museum doing their reenactment. Of course, all our different aerobatic performers will be going as well. Take a slight break there, grab yourself a drink and a hot dog, and set yourself back down and enjoy a fantastic night air show. So from probably 7 a.m. up and through 10 o'clock at night, it's all aviation.
And you have
good time.
And you have an aerobatic school too, with resources. I'm sorry, an aerobatic center with different resources about the different aerobatic schools.
Yes, we do. There's all kinds of different organizations that'll be out here, with information that they can share. We have between our pilot centers, our vintage hospitality, and a number of the different areas that we have. Yes, we do have those various resources here for anyone that would be interested in that, yes.
And you're going to have a 5K.
Yeah, well, the Lakeland Airport, Lakeland Linder International Airport is actually sponsoring that. So yeah, they are raising funds for our summer camp, which is really fantastic. So students, young people who maybe wouldn't be able to attend an aviation-themed summer camp, they're raising funds to pay for a couple of students, sponsor a couple students to be able to attend that, which is fantastic. So yeah, it's going to be that Saturday morning as well, as I described, the hot air balloons and air shows and all that. So at 7 a.m. that morning, check their website to register. You're going to be able to not only look across the field and see all the hot air balloons, but you're also going to be able to run alongside those Blue Angels, Blue Angel jets, which is kind of an up-close, personal type situation that doesn't normally happen.
Yeah.
So that really is pretty cool.
So tell me about a notable flight that you took. Have you ever been in a Warbird or a Wright Brothers plane or a crop duster or something like that? Yeah.
I got to tell you, I had on a personal note, I had an opportunity to fly in a Huey, one of the helicopters, and I was reminded of some family members who tell me stories about their time in Vietnam. That really meant a lot to me too, because you got to go up in the plane, up in the helicopter. It lifted off, took off. They opened up the doors, and you're like, your immediate reaction was, "Wow, isn't this cool?" And then your mind plays that trick on you, and you kind of go back and you go, "Wow, I can't even imagine what this would have been like."
I know.
So as you say, kind of like everyone has that kind of an experience. That was my personal one. Other people might think differently. I've not yet had an opportunity to go up in one. I would say P-51 is definitely on my list, and also we have opportunities for ride hoppers here. We do have a number of organizations that are raising funds and selling rides on their planes. They should check our website. But as I said, the D-Day Squadron, that's all brother. It will be here, and they are selling rides as well, and that's a B-29. So there's not that many flying. So if that is on your bucket list, you definitely should take advantage of it.
Oh, wow. Are you or your husband veterans?
No, we're not.
Okay. The one thing I was thinking when you were talking about the Healy, I mean, the one thing we can experience the flight and all that, but we'll never experience that fear, that unsure, all that they must have been going through at that time.
Can you imagine? Yeah, that's what I was like. Wow, here I am sitting with, right up in the up, but I'm strapped in and all that, and I envisioned, I had an uncle that was, on those type of missions on a Huey doing medical rescues, and he was the one hanging off, with the, protecting the different patients and such. And I was like, I just can't imagine what he must have gone through. So, but you hear those stories here at the Fly-In, and you realize we actually have. We're blessed here to have a whole veterans section, a veterans plaza of all the different vintage ages. So it's not only the World War II veterans, but we also have all the way up through today's, combat units are represented here as well. And so they have all kinds of services for the veterans. They do reenactments. They do all kinds of things in that section, which is really pretty nice.
Carol, before we say goodbye, give us the information we need so we can get tickets.
Our website is FLYSNF, FLYSNF.org, and we have all kinds of ticket options, camping options. Bring the family out. Come and spend some time here. Not only do we have daytime activities that we were discussing, we have all kinds of nighttime activities, movies, entertainment, bands. We've got all kinds of things going on.
My gosh, it sounds exciting. You sound exciting, Carol.
Very much.
Thank you so much for being on the air with us today. I want to go. Do we have tickets to give away?
No, we've given them all away.
Okay, we've given them the ones you sent us. We have given away already.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I hope your folks are here.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back.
Fox News.